Welcome back to another episode of Binge Warmers.
Binge Warmers.
My name is Hapa.
My name is Steven.
Thank you guys for subscribing and getting us closer to our goal of 1,000 subscribers by September 1st. We're going to eat some of Grandpa Max's disgusting food. Here's the Ben 10 link if you haven't seen some of our Ben 10 videos. We're watching Avatar.
Before we even get into it, let's talk about the fact that we both noticed this. Netflix itself just not hyping the show up.
Yeah, so you go on Netflix, and first of all, we both had issues this time around because I hadn't really cared about anything on Netflix.
Yeah.
Since I guess since it
The Witcher.
It's been a while. Yeah. So my brother pays for Netflix. Shout out to Bobby.
Yep, you're a real one.
He does pay for the lowest rate.
Yeah,
lowest
as he
thing.
should. Netflix is
Yeah,
plague at this point.
They're a little greedy, but my thing is, if you're going to have a lower subscription model, all that should be is ads. Yeah. This is like you can't Chromecast to the TV anymore.
Yeah,
that's so stupid, dude.
Why would you limit something like that?
Seriously, I'm gonna.
What do you have to gain?
I'm gonna deactivate Netflix. I'm pissed about it.
Yeah.
Oh hey, drop a like and subscribe and
comment down below why you hate Netflix.
A notey. Hit
yeah,
the notey.
Notey too. No, what? Just to get back on topic a little bit, the thing I have is I hate to search, and so I will. It'd be easier to search, but I scroll on any streaming service just to try and find it.
Well, because it's brand new.
Yeah.
It came out
Well, I mean in general.
Out,
I mean in general, anything. I don't want to search it. I'm just scrolling until I find it.
You're on a scavenger hunt.
Yeah. So I get on there Thursday, opening day. I get home and I turn on Netflix. I said I don't want to search it. It should be the very first thing you see. It's brand new. They've been hyping it. They spent a lot of money on it. You can't find it. I said okay. I guess I'll search it. I didn't want to. I'm lazy. Okay, so I type in AV and Avatar shows up in the bottom left. You know where the names are. I go to Avatar. It doesn't even show the new Avatar. It shows Avatar the first series and Avatar: Legend of Korra. It even I think showed the Avatar movie or something. There was 3 different Avatar products there. Nothing was the new Avatar. So I had to type in most of it for it to show up.
I didn't have the same problem, but I was like, this should be front page, blown out, midnight on
Thursday,
Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday night.
It should have been boom, Avatar, you can watch it. It should have been the whole week. Hey, get ready, wish list this because it's coming out soon.
Yes.
We spent however ungodly amounts of money.
I've heard 15. I've heard 20. I didn't look into it myself.
$20
million.
Oh. They. But yeah, no, that was wild right off the bat, starting off.
They themselves were it's gonna fail.
And then cutting back the curtain a little bit more, Steven failed to watch all of it in one or 2 days, like I did. So
wow, you gonna say it like that?
Yeah, Steven was a disappointment on watching.
I fell asleep twice, man.
I did too. I fell asleep watching it. It's not a great start. No, but yeah, so Steven he was watching it, and then he came over to my house. And it was like a show trying to figure out how to watch it. It was okay, we go on the Netflix, go on the TV. We can't sign in on here because someone, whoever had the TV deactivated the thing, and then we go to Xbox. Okay, whoever's Xbox it was, they went to a different Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah, I tried using my own account. It wouldn't let me in. I'm like, Netflix, you're. I just want to watch your TV show,
we want to support you. We want to put stuff. We want to watch your stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And they've made it so difficult.
I just
want to do that.
Netflix was the GOAT. It was the one to watch.
You thought you were entering the golden era of TV.
Seriously, it was the one to watch. Now it's if it's not Max or Paramount or something.
Yeah, the fact that Paramount's a contender now?
Come on. Heck? Disney Plus, even for all its faults, at least it's easy to look up stuff.
Yeah,
and
Disney
it'll show
Plus
you stuff.
and Max are the only 2 good ones.
Well, I don't know. Paramount and
I don't watch anything on Paramount.
They're the P one. Peacock got some stuff. I mean, they all have some stuff.
Someone's buying either Peacock or Paramount.
I think they might merge or something. I think HBO is trying to get sold too, or HBO. Warner Brothers is going to get sold.
No. They're trying. Paramount's trying to merge with someone else.
I think it was HBO. Or Max,
HBO. Yeah.
Or Warner Brothers.
But anyway, let's talk about our thoughts on this. I know I was not as critical. Hopper says mid, but I think he really thinks under mid.
No, there was some good stuff in it. Just right off the bat, the writing was potentially some of the worst writing I've seen in a television show.
Yeah.
Since I used to watch Arrow or Supernatural or something, one of the CW properties where it's we
bash on them a lot, and we've watched so much CW product, dude.
Well, that's all we had in the days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was you either watch Arrow in the Flash or you get nothing.
Yeah, you had a
no
law,
television.
some sort of judge law show, a cop show,
Yeah. So anyway, that was not even that, just a superhero product. There was no superhero stuff except for CW. But the writing was so bad. It was the first episode, they give you the intro, Earth, fire, whatever. They do the whole thing. And then Gran's Earth, fire. She looks up and she's a whole tapestry.
Yeah.
She, word for word says exactly what the TV show said. like in the the intro, and I'm like, okay, I don't need to hear this again. You just told us all of this. I know the characters haven't heard it yet, but you don't have to give every element.
And
you know what I mean?
The writing too translated over to the scripts, because I'm gonna hate on the acting, but I don't know if it's the actor's fault or so much what they were given, but their delivery of the script. Yeah. The script was bad, and then like the delivery of it was so plastic. It was so.
It seems
reading a script from their eyes. They're not. Yeah. They're not acting. They are just reciting.
You're not watching the performance. You're watching the actor try to perform.
Yeah, and it's not just the kids. I don't want you guys thinking we're like, oh, we hate kid actors. Most of the adults too were pretty bad.
Dr. Han was good as Farlord Ozai.
So these are the ones I like.
Danny Pudi as the Sai, the inventor, tinkerer.
I like those two. I like Suki, and I like Jet. And I hate Jet in the show. I can't tell you
how much. He's supposed to be like the villain.
But I thought he was a whiny little bitch boy. When he's talking, I'm like, damn, this guy's taking the scene, in my opinion. And we both said that he should honestly been casted as Zuko, whoever the actor was.
I think
because he had a very commanding presence.
Yeah, I mean, he was good, and I think like it sucks because like I didn't care for Katara, and, like I didn't care for any of the main people. Honestly, I think Aang kind of won me over by the end of it.
Yeah, Aang did win me over by the end,
but he was like young Sheldon. I'll have to do one of my famous comparisons.
Gyatso says I'm supposed to be the Avatar. Me. Monks don't even trust me to feed the baby bison, and I'm supposed to save the world?
We use a PID controller to minimize the dispersions to the landing site.
I know I don't belong here. That's something I've been feeling a lot lately.
Now, can you please reach the dryer sheets? I get vertigo on the step stool.
He over accentuates his he like over enunciates.
Which, he's young, you know.
I get it, but it's like, you know, and like he looked the part. Yeah. I bought it. It was way better than like the 2012, like the Shyamalan.
My name is Aang,
and I'm the Avatar.
Avatar. Let me.
you
need
the Avatar.
If you don't want to, you can cut out what I'm about to say. But you need to, after the way that M. Night Shyamalan animates it, you should show Moist Critical going, give it a little boogie, a little shimmy.
Little SpongeBob?
Yeah, because like that's what they did in that movie. They would dance for like 5 seconds and then move a pebble, you know?
Well, and like, you know what's funny? We just watched Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
And we saw this a lot with Percy Jackson where it's like the movie was so much better, even though it was awful.
Yeah.
And this, it's like the movie had like 5% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, the movie
critical and audience reviews are both like bad.
Don't get me wrong, the Netflix show is better than the movie.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like leaps and bounds better than that movie.
And honestly, we both agreed it's better than the Percy Jackson animation. Or
I enjoyed
adaptation.
it more because at least like the Percy Jackson show had the bad writing and the bad acting and all this other stuff. But at least like you could see in Avatar, you could see what's happening.
Yeah,
there was not like a dark void. I mean, there was in the tunnel.
There was the tunnel episode, and some of the night scenes were a little bad.
But at least like they're bending. Like they bend a lot.
Yes.
And
the bending was good. I like the bending.
A special, like without a story, a special effect is nothing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, okay, they're pretty bending and they're doing all this fun stuff, but it's like I could just watch this on YouTube as a clip, separated from everything else. I don't need, because I don't care about the characters or the actors or the performance, the script, the writing. I don't care about the story. Yeah. I love Avatar. Yeah. You know, I didn't feel it though.
Yeah. And here's the thing too, I was gonna say. Our overall opinion, by the way, just before we keep going into this, aggressively mid is how we're going to say it.
Yeah, I think I
was a little bit
like
higher.
5 out of 10, maybe 4 or 5 out of 10.
Mine's like a 5 or 6. The last episode for me was a banger. I know Hopper didn't like it that much.
I was just like, I don't know, I was over it by that point, and I'm like, this is all just it's too much. Like they're doing too much at this point, and I don't care.
Another issue I had with the show, some of the backdrops looked good. But some of them, what was the thing you said they used in Percy Jackson?
It's called I want to call it the Void, but I think it's called the Volume.
Yeah, did they use that in Avatar?
I think it's a Disney like patented thing.
Okay,
so I mean maybe I don't know. You know, I don't know.
My issue is they spend a lot of effects, a lot of money on effects like that. I think it may just be cheaper to build.
And it always looks better.
Yeah, just build sets. You know what I mean? Because there were so many times you would be like, even in the last episode, like when Katara and what's the master?
Baku?
Yeah, when they were talking at the end, it would focus on you. Like, let's say you're Katara and I'm talking to you. Everything behind her looked like it was right up on her back and fake as It was so bad.
There was several times where I'm like, and like all the wide shots where it's like a sweeping kind of like camera, like overhead shot, looks fine.
Yeah.
Like if you're not like if it's like a completely CG generated like environment, I think it looked fine.
Yeah.
But when you're like, you got the real actors and the green screen, whatever, you know,
it's so bad.
You notice it.
You notice it so much.
Someone early on Twitter when this first came out was like, "This is a whole epic rap battle of history," because it looks like it's high quality, but it's also like it's like a high quality fakeness.
Yeah.
It's like something you would watch. Like it's if you're watching like you ever seen Funny People with Adam Sandler?
No.
It's a movie. He's like an actor comedian in the movie.
Yeah.
And it looks
like Seinfeld.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if Seinfeld was in more movies, think like
and funny.
Think like Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
He's just playing himself essentially.
Oh, okay.
But he's playing like instead of like, Little Nicky, he was in The Merman or whatever. So he has like a mermaid movie. And you watch the mermaid movie, and it looks just like this. Like it just looks fake. Yeah. But it's like it's got high quality budget because it's supposed to look real.
You know they spent so much money on it, and I'm like, you should just go back to the basics a little bit because this looks like.
And like it's sort of like a cosplay look.
Yeah. Oh my. All the costumes look so heavily cosplay.
And like I hate to say that because like give me this over like a horrible thing that doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
But like I want to go back to One Piece on this. Mm-hmm. Like at least it looks real. Like and I know it's a cartoony like concept, but they put it in a live action format to where it at least felt like it was in a real environment. This felt like it was just like in front of a green. Like I felt the production. And you don't want to feel the production.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The first time I really noticed, these costumes may not be it. When they first introduced Azula, Mai, and Ty Lee, their 3 outfits looked so much like people were going to like San Diego Comic-Con that I was just like, that's outrageously bad, because it works animated. You got to make it feel more like real clothing, you know?
And I don't like that's. Like, there's a part, and I probably won't be able to find it, but if I do find it, I'll throw it up. But Aang has, like, this little orange, like, cape around him.
Yeah.
And it's just like a monk thing. It's just like an accent, whatever. But in the show, to keep it, like, grounded and, like, stuck to his body, they had to tie it to his arms.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was thinking, like, wouldn't that just get distracting? Like, if you had something tied to your arms and you're trying to airbend and do all this stuff? Like, I felt like you would just... And again, like this is kind of nitpicky. It feels like, but like I noticed it, and that's all I was thinking about because I was not invested in the story.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of this. Like you can nitpick when you're not like into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say some of the things they did well. I liked that you got to see more of the avatars, the previous avatars. You got to see Karuk. You got to see Kyoshi and Roku.
The thing about it is, though, like, it doesn't make as much sense to put Kyoshi in where they did.
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what Roku had to do for Aang in the first season. Roku is directly related to the conflict.
Yes.
He was there to stop it when it started, but then the Fire Lord at the time, Sozin?
Yeah.
Sozin kills Roku, and then that's how he like takes over and does the whole war.
Well, he doesn't kill him. He leaves him on a volcano to die.
Essentially, he kills it. Like
that's my favorite piece of like the whole story is watching that old.
Yes, I do
and
love
when you
that.
see Roku and Sozin's like whole history, it's such a good story bit.
He reminds me of like Yoda in this. Like he's just like goofy and he's bow to your master. And
I love
silly.
serious Roku so much more. You
well,
know?
he could be silly, but like I don't know that like, and we all like Kyoshi. No one's disliking Kyoshi. She's a bad bitch.
I just feel like because Kyoshi got so much more fame after the animated show.
Well, she had a book and they had like a pretty cool comic or something.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, she's badass, but I think the writers were like, people will.
We need to put Kyoshi in here.
Yeah.
You can still do that, and I think.
But don't have her take over Roku's spot.
I don't like that she's the first Avatar he talks to. He should talk to Roku first.
Because Roku's the most put together. You know what I mean?
He's it's related to the story.
Yeah,
this doesn't feel like it's anything to do with the story. We're just putting in some random about Kyoshi.
Yeah.
And if we're doing Kyoshi, do a whole thing about Kyoshi.
Yeah.
Just give us a show about Kyoshi.
Yeah.
If you're gonna
I'd watch a Kyoshi show.
That's what I'm saying. Like, give us something like that.
She started out as like an orphan, out in the wild kind of thing. Like,
and
that sounds sick.
Now we're just like shoving her into like this live action thing, and it's like, okay, I would have much preferred to see just something like that, like something new, like a Wonka, right?
Yes.
Don't remake Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Don't remake Charlie and the Chocolate Factory again. Give us Wonka, where it's like, oh, this is a new cool thing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Anyway, I don't know. That was going through my mind a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think about the like he was turning into Kyoshi? Because I think he did that with Roku in the show, but it sort of was like a cop-out,
I don't remember that
right?
in the show, but yeah, I think it was more just fan service for a Kyoshi bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she was like Iron Man.
I want you to know. Yeah, I want you to know right now. Like Kyoshi, I like Kyoshi. I think she's a little overrated. Like certain parts of the fan base have hyped Kyoshi up to be the most badass person in the world.
Well, she's like the killer. Like she's like the straight up like hardcore killer.
Yeah, she's got like a whole cult following. And don't get me wrong, I get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's not the main person in the story.
Well, the thing about it is, If we're like I said, if we're doing Kyoshi, let's do Kyoshi.
Yeah.
Don't have her come in like Iron Man, just like with like fire jets come down and like do like, missiles and stuff. Even just like
she was
cleaning house.
Yeah.
And then they kind of hand wave later. They're like, "Oh, I can only talk to the avatars when I'm in their shrines."
Well, they can only do that when they're in their shrines.
No, because I mean, he has to go see Roku. He has to go all the way to the Fire Nation to see Roku,
which is weird. That shouldn't be, because he goes out in the woods in season 3 just to talk to him about should he kill the Fire Lord or not.
I don't think you shouldn't need, but I understand why they did that. So it like limits his potential. Like, and we want to see the Avatar, so it's like, I guess it's not like he doesn't need to like experience the Avatar.
Well, it also set up the Fire Sages not being.
Yeah, and that's how they get
peaceful and stuff.
And that's how they get access to like the Moon Dagger or the Spirit Dagger. I mean, and the fish.
I did like that they fleshed out Karuk a little bit more. You see him a lot in the show. You don't know anything about him really.
I will say too, Ko is really cool. Like,
I will say they did really well with Ko.
I didn't expect that at all.
Creepy.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to like even touch that stuff.
Yeah.
I thought they wouldn't even do the Spirit World.
Yeah, because Ko doesn't show up till season. Does he show up in season 1?
Maybe.
I know the owl doesn't show up until season 2.
Yeah, the owl was just there, and they also put Yue in the Spirit World too. She's like a little fox.
Oh yeah, that was cool though.
Sokka get a little furry bait in there going.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't mind that. Like I said, most of the some of the changes they did to the show, I didn't care. I was like, okay, these are fine.
Well, it was interesting to see new stuff. Like I'm glad we got to see the bird a little bit early. So I'm like, oh, cool, the owl's here, and it kind of made. Oh, I'm excited to see like the library stuff.
I can't wait to see the library, dude.
Yeah. Oh, if we get that far.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll do more. I think this got mixed reception, but like, I think it probably.
I got enough positivity. I think that it's going to get another one.
I think so, but it all depends on who subscribes to watch it. You know what I mean? I don't know how they know that.
Well,
or how
the problem is many people aren't subscribing anymore because you're making
it harder for us to watch it.
Disney lost money in this last quarter. I saw like a big headline about how they lost a bunch of money because people weren't resubscribing because of the price increase and stuff.
Why would you?
That's the thing. I don't understand. Just side tangent a little bit. It's called competition. When you have this many streaming services, it's supposed to be competition, not all of them getting up and saying, "Oh, we're all going to raise our prices." That's illegal. That's literally a trust. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah,
but it's all inflation anyway, so it's like, oh, we gotta, and they're making more stuff.
It's price gouging. It's not even inflation. They are price gouging.
Yeah, but I don't think streaming's a very like income positive model, especially with people canceling the subscriptions in between projects.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's why ads are becoming more popular is because, like, that's how they're making money now.
Yeah.
We're just reinventing television.
We really are.
It's just on the internet now. God. Anyway, but, yeah, what do you think about the world building? Like, the animals and stuff you talked about in your expectation video?
Yeah. Some of them did very well.
We got Appa. He looked like a
Appa
turd.
looked bad.
He looked like he was smushed in the face. Like,
yeah.
he ran into
Momo
a
looked
wall.
good. I liked Momo.
Momo looked like creepy high definition to me. I thought it was too uncanny for me.
I think they thought the same thing because you don't see him a lot.
You'd
see him for a little bit, and then you'd be like, okay, look away.
Yeah, they introduce him, and like you don't really see him in wide shots or anything. He just kind of shows up and hangs around, and then he goes.
I like the ostrich horses.
Those are cool.
I liked the.
They mention a lot of animals, like they talk about like whale something, shark eels or something.
Did we see the leopard eels? Or the ones that I was watching
leopard hounds. Or
yeah. We didn't see them.
Or what? No, it was like eel hounds or something.
Yeah, eel hounds. That's what it was.
No, they get that in season 3 in the actual
season
show.
2 in the actual show.
Well, I know
because Azula and them are chasing them. They use it in season 3, but Azula and them are chasing them on those.
I love like the rhino lizards and stuff too. Yes, whenever we get those. But no, in this we pretty much just get.
We don't see a lot of animals.
We get the badger moles for a minute.
But it's so dark. The one dark scene, I'm like, are you kidding me?
The spirits, though, Heibai, we didn't see him turn back into a panda.
Yeah, we didn't see them actually fix that issue.
I thought that was weird because it was like the whole point of us going into the spirit world was to get this whatever.
Yeah.
And then like it was all just sidetracked. It was like, don't leave the path. Oh, here we go, leaving the path. And Heibai is there, but like, and Aang is like, I'm sorry, buddy. And he kind of rubs his face and stuff, but like, and it looks good. Heibai was awesome.
Heibai looked cool.
I like his little.
The fox looked cool too.
Yeah, it all looked good. I didn't have a problem with. I didn't like how Appa was.
Yeah, Appa was really the only.
The kind of close-ups when they're riding on him, like his fur looked really realistic and good. But like when you look at his face and he talks,
they just something about the face. They took a hammer to it or something.
Well, don't like cover his eyes. It just looks like he was a one big nose across his face. It did look, anyway.
Yeah, Appa was not the best.
That's sort of a nitpick, I think, because you don't see him a whole lot.
What other animals? We didn't see a lot, did we?
I wanted to see some otter penguins. Right off the bat, Aang wakes up and he's just like unconscious.
Yeah.
So they don't have time to go otter sledding,
Well, that's the thing too, is he's not even leaving to go penguin sledding.
That was one of the things. The creators said a lot of stuff before the show came out.
Yeah, we knew that was happening. It still doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and again, Sokka's sexism.
Yeah.
They were like, we'll tone it down. It's completely gone.
Yeah, and also, why take his away, but keep the waterbending guys.
I think they did that because they're like, we don't want to overdo the sexism.
But that's the thing. We were talking about today. We'll just have the same conversation.
Yeah.
Sokka's was so nuanced
Yeah.
that you would only see it in bits and pieces, and it showed more of his upbringing than he was just misogynistic.
And it kind of shows the world Katara's in, because she has to fend for herself as a woman in this kind of male-dominated society.
Yes.
And then they go to the Northern Water Tribe, and it's accentuated.
Yeah.
Like they're the same, they're the same thing, but they've been isolated a little bit more behind the walls and stuff. For at least 100 years, they've been isolated. So you get this like extra exaggerated, like the women can only heal, the men can go to war, men can't heal, whatever. And so you get these like clearly defined gender roles, even though Katara has seen way more action than all the different, men warriors in the Northern Water Tribe. And then we get this whole thing. Katara is so like, she's so like sedated this whole time. Like she doesn't get angry. She doesn't, doesn't.
Yeah,
she
that
feels
is true.
excited and kind of happy. But in the show, like she'll get pissed.
Yeah.
And she'll water whip a mother.
Oh, she will.
I mean?
Like that was the thing about Katara. She was so well written as like a female lead.
Well, she was like a mother. Like she was a mother to Aang in the group, but also that comes along with like protection and anger and stuff like that too. Like she was the caring, nurturing one, but she was also
like a fiery like.
Yeah, she would get you like Katara is, and someone
she was multifaceted.
We did a tier list about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and one of the comments was saying like, yeah, she like, she can bloodbend. Yeah, she's got all. She like pretty much the only waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe. Yeah, like she's got all these different like abilities and like all this different like personality. It doesn't come through in the show.
No, it doesn't. She was very. That's a good word. Sedated. She was very sedated.
Like she was on some mellow.
She was just always. I'm Katara.
And like I don't know, like the actress was fine. Like she was out of the.
I blame the writing, really.
Yeah, out of the main three, I think she does the best job. Yeah. Sokka is okay. I'm not going to say he's terrible, but he is not Sokka. He is some sort of muted, like, milk toast, limp dick motherfucker. Yeah. Like, he is nothing in this show. Yeah. He just has nothing to work with either. Yeah. Like, that's not the actor's fault. Yeah. Like, they don't give him anything.
And then, like, the times he tries to crack jokes, we're like, oh, ha, 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 millennial writing.
It's the CW stuff again, where it's like, did I say that? That come out of my mouth?
Yeah,
Oops. I didn't mean to say that. That sounded better.
The writers are writing and they're like, I'm like the funniest guy here.
I think it was like, it's just like, it's like lazy humor. Like it's not funny. You're not telling jokes. Like if you go back and watch original Avatar, it's funny. Like there's something to laugh at in every single episode.
And that's the thing too. I've always seen this post around like Sokka in the show is a serious warrior kind of guy, like really guy, and like Aang is also the Avatar, you know what I mean? But when they're together, they're like two brothers just doing mischievous things all the time. You don't see that throughout this whole season 1.
I don't think any of the characters have chemistry at all.
They really don't.
Like they just feel like they're working together. Yeah. Like they go home to their actual friends.
Yeah. And that's the thing, in the final episode, Aang's like, no, these are my friends. They've helped me with all these things. I couldn't have done it without them. It's like, how have they helped you? Yeah. What have they done to help you?
In fact, like when you get stuck in the spirit world, and then like whoever comes and gets you, like the June comes and gets you with her little. Yeah. Well, that was an animal. That was pretty cool. The eel. Yeah. It was a hound.
The badger hound.
Badger hound, maybe
something like that.
No, it was a mole. Something mole.
Yeah.
Anyway, has a little venom tongue thing.
Yeah.
You guys are such good friends, but like whenever you get stuck, like and randomly stuck in the spirit world, by the way, I didn't like that change.
Yeah, they were like, "How'd we do?" Oh, I guess I'm just so powerful. I pulled you in with me. Neither of them were meditating. They were walking around like
you're not even trying. Like the human, maybe it's because like the Haybot's already been dragging villagers in there or something. So there's like a
also where are the villagers' bodies?
I don't know. They just walk into the spirit world, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Just
anyway, so the spirit world's its own thing. But yeah, we're hand waving again because Sokka and Katara get stuck in the spirit world, and Ko's about to eat them. Yeah, and Avatar or Aang's like, I need to go figure out what the past avatars took from this spirit, and whatever. And then like he gets captured by June in the fire temple, and then Zuko and him are doing this whole thing.
And June's got the hots for Iroh.
Yeah, which is weird. It's reversed from the show, right? Like didn't Iroh kind of have the hots for June?
I don't know who wouldn't have the hots for Iroh though. Honestly,
anyway, he's got this weird looking mustache thing going on.
Yeah, I don't really like the design choice for Iroh. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, he if anything, he like his design differed the most, I think. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about it more. But Aang goes in and he's like, he's stuck, and then he gets captured, and he gets captured by what's the other guy with the mutton chops? The
General Zhao.
Zhao, and then Zuko comes and saves him, whatever. And then him and Zuko are just palling around for a minute. Like Zuko's hurt, so he can't really attack him, and Aang's a sweet kid, so he's just talking, chit chatting.
No, I like that.
Bro, you're on the clock. Your friends are about to get devoured. Not even their bodies. Their souls are about to get devoured. Yeah. Why are you chit-chatting with the person who is trying to kill you?
Yeah. I did like the chit-chat, but the urgency, I remember saying, I was like, isn't he trying to go save his friends?
All we needed was that scene where he puts him back on the boat and he's like, "Do you think we could have been?" That's all they had in the original show. It was just like, "Do you think we could have been friends?" And Zuko's like, "That's the Avatar. Holy, I gotta kill him."
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to like compare this too much to the cartoon because the cartoon's a masterpiece.
Oh, it's so.
And this
how were we blessed with such a show?
I don't know. The visual effects were good though. Like
Visual
we were
effects.
talking about,
I was talking about the music was really good the whole way through.
the choreography for the fights were pretty good.
Yeah, the bending. I loved the bending.
We got a lot of fights and stuff in this.
We
too.
did.
Like
we
it felt like every episode had some pretty good actions.
Yeah.
I wonder. I don't know. Like the water bending didn't really feel it for me. Like when she was starting to do ice stuff, it felt a little better.
Yeah.
But whenever she was just throwing water around, it just felt like she was throwing water.
That's
around.
the thing too, because it didn't keep its form. After she threw it, was done. She had to pull some more. I'm like, keep the form. It's supposed to be a water whip, not a water shot. You know what I mean?
One shot, but she does because she's only got
It
the
could
one
be that
scroll.
she's learning too.
And when she's talking to Paku, because I was watching you watch it today.
Yeah.
And she goes, "I need some help with my," or she's talking to the water healer lady.
Yeah.
"I need some help with my form and my power." And I was like, "Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That looks wimpy what you're doing."
Yeah. Because it didn't maintain its form. She had to get more afterwards.
Yeah.
You should be able to use the same water,
We see her get the little flask thingy from Sai's house or whatever.
which we like that. We
like that.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about some things I liked. Kyoshi Island, I think Suki, actress and performance was phenomenal. I think they nailed Suki.
I do wish she had like more to do. It felt like she was like a Disney princess in this. Like I wanted to see more.
Yeah, she got to see that. Well, you know what? She really gets developed more in season 2 and 3 anyway in the show.
Maybe season 3. I don't think she's in season 2 very much.
She's in season 2 for the Appa episode, and that's when she gets kidnapped.
Oh,
and then they save her when they go to prison.
I'm excited for her to come back into it more. They kind of overdid it with her and Sokka a little bit.
I think so.
They kind of got to overdo everything.
Yeah.
I feel like this was in both ways the longest feeling thing. Like it felt like it was way too long, and then it also felt like they were trying to rush as much stuff through.
Like joining the Jet Li and Omashu storylines into one episode was very weird. And I hate Boomy. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, okay. That whole thing was weird, like because in the show he's like his friend and he's still cool, but he's a little kooky, he's a little strange.
Yeah, and he's trying to just teach Aang. And this one he's like whiny.
Like he's mean. Like
Yeah.
he's upset that Aang like got trapped in ice.
Yeah.
And granted, Aang ran away. Like in this, that's one of the changes in this is that he runs away instead of just I'm gonna go clear my head.
Yeah.
I like that they're at like a comet festival though. Like that's kind of a good way to explain like why they're all like why the Fire Nation could just wipe them all out at one swipe.
Yeah.
But even Gyatso, like when he finds Gyatso,
I was really hoping we would see Gyatso because it's always been a fan theory that he just sucked the air out of a room and killed all of the firebenders. Have you not seen that theory?
Yeah, because it's like a bunch of dead people, but then he's like the one airbender in there.
And I was really hoping they'd give us that in the show.
They do kind of go brutal.
That was one thing I was kind of happy, but at the same time I was like shocked that they decided to go with. You saw them lighting motherfuckers up,
like just crispy, dude.
Yeah.
Like they would.
That
like,
one lady was doing
people.
a tornado, and they're like, "Okay, fire a tornado."
Yeah.
You know. And
like,
then the very first guy in the Earth Kingdom, he just fries him.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And like Ozai.
Ozai does it again.
He's pretty brutal too. There's so much in this that I want to just talk about, but I don't want to go like too scatterbrained or whatever. But let's keep talking on the Boomy episode because a lot of that didn't make sense. They didn't need to mix all the different elements.
Yeah.
I think they put the cabbages guy in there and they put the secret tunnel stuff in there. They didn't really need it. And I thought the cabbage thing...
they did combine like, 3 episodes?
It must have been. But the cabbage thing was funny and fine.
It was like a
tunnel
little
stuff.
The secret tunnel. Just keep it out.
They could have cut it and then that would have saved them some extra time. They could have put like in some character development or some more
because that in the show, that's when Aang and Katara start figuring out, hey, we may like each other a little bit. You know what I mean?
I think pretty much like Aang has a crush and she's kind of like aloof to it. But like...
Well, no, because she's also like, oh, you don't want to kiss me?
Oh, that's right.
Because she was kind of like, and then she got pissed and walked away kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then they turned it into like sibling love, but it's just kind of weird to say that, you know?
I don't know. It was a weird choice.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was the worst choice they could have made. I think
it's just unnecessary.
Also, like the whole thing in the show is like they had their torches, and then they're like, "Oh, love leads the way," or whatever. And then I don't know, like it just didn't matter in the end.
Yeah.
Because the Badger Moles were moving the tunnels anyway.
Yeah.
Why even have it in there if that's the point?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know.
It felt very useless, but at the same time, we'd be mad if we didn't get the secret tunnel.
I was gonna say like when it happened, I was like, "Oh, good, they put secret tunnel in."
And then afterwards, you're like, "Why did they put secret tunnel in?"
When I thought about it, I'm like, they didn't even need all that.
Yeah.
Like the Badger Moles did not need to show up. We didn't. It could have been just VFX money you saved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's whatever.
Other things I liked, Jet. I liked Jet a lot. I thought he stole every scene he was in. I really liked his his chemistry with Katara. It felt very real. Felt really good.
Like a very like crush. He kind of helps her with her bending, which I don't know how to feel about. And he's like, I gave you I told you how to bend, essentially.
Yeah, no, I did like him helping her clear her head and stuff. Like the scenes he was in just felt like such good scenes.
I will say, Katara, like she goes from like nothing, can't even form a little water ball, into like, yeah, I found a master. It's me.
Yeah, so fast.
I was like, come on, bro.
Like, because we don't see any of that development really. You know,
we see a little bit of. Like, she's trained a couple of times.
Yeah,
Aang doesn't learn a schmidge of water,
and he's supposed to be learning it with Katara the whole time.
Yeah, he's supposed to be at least picking up a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe he does, but like we don't see that.
Yeah.
No,
he goes up to, in the final episode. He literally says, "Yeah, I can't water bend." I was hoping you guys could teach me.
They're like, okay, so we can't count on the Avatar.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
Also, I don't like that Kyoshi tells him like the water temple will be destroyed, or the northern water tribe will be destroyed.
How do you know that?
How do you know that? And like, I don't like that puts a different clock on it.
Yeah.
Because like Aang, the whole reason for Aang going there should just be I want to get better at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, here comes the Fire Nation.
Yeah.
And they're leading this huge assault on him.
Yeah.
I like that he's just there for that. Like he's training, and then okay, here comes the Fire Nation.
Yeah.
And it all stems from Zhao learning about the Avatar in the first place.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like it all would have worked out fine. I think that's kind of the thing. They were like, well, we need like it doesn't it's a little convenient that the water tribe just gets attacked while Aang's there. Or whatever. Let's see.
What did you like? I've said some things I liked.
I really liked. There's a scene when they're in Omashu.
Yeah.
And then Zuko and Iroh sneak in, and they're like,
the Jackie Chan scene.
There's like a Jackie Chan fight scene. It's really refreshing and it was sweet. I liked. It was a good. Like the choreography was good. They go into like this room with all these scars, and they're kind of trying to find each other. And then Zuko just like gets mad and like kicks them out. And they're like finding random stuff to fight with. And then Aang is like a defensive kind of airbender character who's not trying to like full on attack because he doesn't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
But he's just trying to save himself. So he's doing all these kind of cool like airbender flip moves and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that was very well done. It was very well handled.
Like the plates getting smashed and stuff. Another thing we can talk about, they're very durable in this show, you know? And you think about it in the cartoon, you didn't think about it because we were kids, and you're just like, oh, yeah, they could just handle that. People are getting hit by boulders, you know? And they're just like, okay, I'm going to get up. Dog, you hit me with a boulder, I'm tapping out.
Boomy hits himself with a boulder.
Yeah. And he just gets up. So, like, we just got to assume benders are super durable, you know?
Maybe, yeah. I think a lot of it comes from, but like, yeah, it's like the kids should not be that durable.
Yeah. The Agni Kai, I think the combat in this show was very good. The Agni Kai with Ozai and stuff was really good.
Yeah. I kind of think that backstory was sort of cool to see.
Yeah.
I kind of would have liked it later in the show. Like, okay, so we're getting all the stuff just kind of as it happens, you know what I mean? Like Aang. I guess Aang's the main character, so we're gonna see Aang in the very first episode, the very first part of after the whole war thing's about to start.
Yeah.
Aang, it's like Aang at the Air Temple. We're seeing him. We're seeing his family. Whatever. We don't get enough time to really kind of know or care about who he's hanging out with. We see Monk Gyatso, but then again, in the show, like it doesn't matter. Like Gyatso is not someone that we want to focus too much time on.
Yeah.
But they focus a lot of time on him here, and that's an interesting change, you know.
Yeah.
But
I think it's a good change.
I think I prefer it though, and like again, you can't just compare everything to the cartoon.
Yeah.
Because the cartoon is we've established it's already superior.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see Gyatso, and he's just like Aang's like flying or whatever.
Yeah,
he's kind of
shouldn't be. Okay?
I mean, look,
Zahir is the only flyer.
Yeah,
what a great villain he
I
was.
looked back at it. I think he's just sort of drifting down. But when I first saw it, I'm like, he's flying. Why is he flying? He didn't have a glider.
Dude, the first thing I said, that is not allowed, sir. You like Appa. That is the whole reason the airbenders are now like tethered.
Yeah,
is because of the flying bisons.
Yeah, and there's this. Okay, so like Aang, he's like, oh, I'm the Avatar now. I gotta clear my head, whatever. And then like, oh yeah, the ice. And then we see Sokka and Katara, who we don't really care about because we haven't.
Yeah, we don't like them.
We haven't spent any time with them yet. You know what I mean? And so then they kind of get lost fishing or doing whatever. And then we see Aang, and it's like, okay, we already know this kid a little bit. Like we wanted to start with Katara and Sokka as our point of view characters.
Yeah.
I don't think we need Aang right off the bat. Aang should be something we build up to.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, oh yeah, this fun kid pops out. We get told that he's fun.
Yeah.
Does he really have fun? I don't know.
I don't see him have fun in this entire show.
Anyway, I think it works better as like we kind of experience. Okay, oh, he's the Avatar. He's an Airbender. Oh, that's awesome. He's the Avatar. You know what I mean? I think that was a change for the worse, just ultimately.
Yeah.
But I respect that they did something different.
Yeah.
I don't like that there's like the Avatars keep telling him he can't do it with help from his friends.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. You're old, wise people. You should understand that you get a lot of help from your peers, your friends, your family. They offer a lot of strength for you both emotionally and physically. You
They
know?
all have animal companions.
Yeah, they literally. I mean, Roku has a literal dragon.
The dragon.
Yeah,
So I don't know what that's about.
Keurig had one, and then now he's wearing them.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's actually true.
The polar bear dog.
The last thing I want to talk about that I extremely disliked was. Okay, I was open to the fact of Azula and Ozai being in season 1. I was like, okay,
Sure,
fine, that's cool.
sure.
Established them. I don't like how they established Azula because, again, not to compare to the show, but to compare to the show, Azula is put together. She is essentially a prodigy. You know what I mean? She is good at everything. She has her father's approval. She can do whatever she wants. She has her own elite force. She doesn't even have to pull anybody else. She never doubts herself. She is just the perfect Fire Nation successor of the Fire Lord.
I think. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And so in this, though, you see so many vulnerabilities like in her. She's like, I'm strong, but am I strong enough? Oh, does Father actually care about me? Oh, Zuko's doing something? I don't like that. In this, she's a lot less sure of herself, and I don't like that because Azula is nothing if not steadfast in the fact that she is the best in the world. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I saw some people disagreeing on Twitter. There's one thing, and there's one scene where it's like Azula has one hair out of place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in the
Yeah,
in the cartoon. And I think they just took that one scene and expanded it into like a full season of stuff.
Yes, and I don't like that.
I don't know. I don't think she was needed. I think something you could build up to, something you can mention. Like if they just had Zhao being like, "Oh, I've got a little support in the capital.
Yeah.
Someone named Azula is helping me."
Or you could be like, because I like Ozai, keep Ozai. Maybe at the very end when he hears that they failed,
See, I don't know. You know,
I like him. I just like the actor.
I do
though.
like
And
him.
I think he did very well.
I think it's a choice to kind of have him be in it more.
Yeah.
You know, like have him kind of from the beginning, like
Yeah.
set him up. But it also humanizes him because it's like, oh, he's a dad and he's got these 2 kids, and he kind of cares about the kids.
Yeah.
In the show, he tells Zuko, you were lucky to be born.
Yeah.
Your sister, who I love infinitely more than you, is born lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like we didn't feel that in this.
Well, what I feel like
he was using Zuko to kind of get his daughter to refocus. You know what I mean?
I think Azula,
vice versa too.
I think my big beef is I think Azula should have just been at the very end when he hears about the failures of the assault. He goes, "Okay, I guess I've got to send you out there because your brother's not doing anything." And then they pan to Azula, and she's like, "Okay, Father, I won't fail you," kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's all we needed from Azula because everything else was kind of just wasted.
It did feel like a waste of time. Because
really
we get the
did.
same two or three scenes where she's just like trying to prove herself. Her dad's like kind of
How many fight scenes do we need to see of Azula in the first one? You know,
I don't think she was necessary.
Yeah, she wasn't. I liked Ozai though.
Ozai was cool. Again, but like I don't think we needed him. I think I like the more faceless.
We didn't need him, but I liked his identity and his what the actor brought to the table.
Be real though, when you saw Ozai, were you kind of like Dr. Han?
I am a surgeon,
Every time I saw him, I had to think live Dr. Han reaction.
dude. I saw him shirtless. I said, "Damn, that's my Dr. Han."
You know what I hated though with Dr. Han, or Azula rather. Like he's like she's not fighting the 3 prisoners that I picked, and he like shoots a fireball at her, and she's like, lightning, like she just pulls lightning out of her ass, and
Yeah.
it's like this doesn't feel earned. It doesn't feel like it's a good moment. It didn't like she trained and like figured out the lightning. It was just like, oh yeah, it was almost like Star Wars where Rey Skywalker like shoots lightning out of her hands. Like I can magically do this now.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are we doing here?
Well, in the show too, she just uses it on Zuko.
No, she learns it. Like she goes through all. She's like a very like.
When do we see her learn
Before
lightning?
we don't see her learning it, but
Oh,
she
yeah.
learns it. She goes through all this like time and effort and makes this. Like, her fire is blue. Where's
Yeah.
the blue fire in this? She's
Oh,
supposed
you
to
saw
be
it for
perfect.
like half a second when they
I know,
stopped
she
her.
like kind of snuffs out. I think like she's supposed to be perfect.
Yeah,
So like her
that's what I'm saying.
firebending technique is perfect. She can use lightning because that's like the perfected version of firebending.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not worth getting this upset about.
Yeah.
Like
but
I said, there were
just
some
think
good
she was
aspects to
wasted.
it.
Yeah, I don't think she should have been in it.
The reason I'm so like animated about it
Oh.
is because it felt very long to me. I felt like I
Yeah.
wasted time watching it.
Yeah.
Because you can go watch the cartoon, it's the same exact
That's the thing.
time.
Every time we got done with the episode, we're like, I just want to go watch the show now.
Because it's about 7.5 hours. The
Yeah.
first season's only like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Because it's like 20 episodes, 22 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
8 hours. Just go watch the show. There's absolutely, like with One Piece, right? How many episodes of One Piece are there?
Yeah, and the fact that they could condense
They
that
could
down
condense that down a lot. And I think
and
like
it still worked though.
it does work. It's like a good substitute.
Yeah.
It's not like a replacement, but it's a good substitute.
Yeah.
If you like, if you're just one of these people who, because one of my friends who I used to work with, she doesn't like animation, so I could see where she would be like, oh, the One Piece live action would be more up my alley.
Yeah. And this is the thing too, is like we just want more Avatar stuff.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily need a remake of what you've done.
No.
Because we've already gotten news that they're doing a continuation of the Aang story.
Yeah.
That's all we really want, bro.
I think they're doing like a Zuko movie and like a
give us all the
Kyoshi
side
movie.
stuff. Stop trying to make these live action adaptations that don't work.
What does Suki do after the main story? You know what I mean?
You know, her and Sokka make a bunch of kids, you know?
I don't think they do.
Oh, they don't stay together?
Well, in Korra, they don't have any kids, do they?
Did we ever see Sokka in Korra?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think he's the only one that... We saw Zuko. He got mad at one point. Remember that? He was like shooting... I don't know who he was shooting it at.
I want to go back and rewatch Korra. I only watched it once.
Yeah,
so
I only watched it once. I love
think-
everything about Korra except for Korra.
I think that's this franchise's biggest misstep is like the world is so fleshed out. It's like Star Wars or like Harry Potter.
And you're just giving us bad characters.
You're just giving us like the same exact thing. Like we want to see different stuff. Like Kyoshi, give us a Kyoshi. If you're gonna do Kyoshi like that, give us a whole season
I'm
of that.
telling you, the story arcs for Korra go so hard, dude.
Seriously,
and
like
yet
the
I
whole
have to
thing
watch
with-
Korra do it. You know?
The whole thing with Zahir is like some of the best Avatar content.
Oh
period.
my god, dude! Like honestly, what's his name? Who's Tenzin? Make it about Tenzin instead of Korra.
I would love to see a Tenzin show.
Don't even make it the Avatar. Just be
Because
like
then you
the
get all
Adventures
the-
of Tenzin, and he has to do all this.
Well, no, just in between.
God, I hate Korra, dude. Damn. Anyone who likes Korra,
the writing in Korra is
give me
not,
some beef in the comments.
Listen here, the writing in Korra does not prop it up as well as you think it does. I promise you. Like just the story arcs and stuff don't make a lot of sense.
They're phenomenal. Okay, you shut your mouth.
I like some of them. Don't get me wrong.
The only one I didn't like was
the war lady.
that earthbending war lady. She just after Zahir, really, how do you top it?
Well, they wanted I think they wanted threat of a new 100-year war. Like they wanted another Fire Lord.
Yeah.
But they like that kind of person.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. It's whatever.
I
I pretty much said my
yeah,
piece.
I think those are our thoughts on.
I did like some of it.
Yeah, so that's why we're saying aggressively mid. If you take nothing else from
Yeah.
this video, it is aggressively mid.
I might call it 4.5 out of 10.
I would give it a 6, honestly.
To be fair, it's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and it's better than Percy Jackson.
Which sucks, but yeah, it is better.
Yeah.
Just because it looks better. Like,
yeah, but Percy Jackson didn't make me as angry as this show made me. You know?
Yeah, everything was more heightened up with this.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, it's a show, so we can more easily compare it. Like with the book, it's like, oh, I can see where they made this celebrity and took this here or there.
Yeah.
This is like we've got literal
You have the
direct
blueprints.
inspiration. Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned on the channel. Good things coming. Go watch the show if you want, but honestly, just watch the animated show. It's better.
It was mid. Like we're not harping on it. Obviously, it's better than I thought it was
And you
gonna
may
be.
like it. You know, if you do like it, comment question. What did you like about the Avatar show?
What did you not like about it?
What did you not like it? Just any
Did you
thoughts
watch
and
it?
feelings. Did you watch it?
A lot
Are you
of
gonna watch
A
it?
lot of our viewers, when we put up that poll, said, "I'm like, it looks mid. I'm not even gonna watch it."
Yeah, honestly.
Anyway.
Yeah, but we're a sucker for content.
Yeah, we suck something.
Yeah.
The content.
The Netflix content.
We'll see you later.
Yep.